Controversy in Vancouver, a shakeup in the East, and a look at the latest news from the MLS All-Star Game. Next on The Daily. Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of The Daily, here with Greg Lawless. I'm Nick Fershaw. We're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, site of the 2012 AT&T MLS All-Star Game on Wednesday. Greg, we're going to get to that, but let's look back first at Sunday night's game. The Vancouver Whitecaps and the San Jose Earthquakes. The Caps get a 2-1 win out of this one, a controversial PK, but look, the bottom line, the Whitecaps take this series 2 out of 3 this season.
And this is a good result, obviously, for the Whitecaps to get this one, solidify their position in the Eastern Conference, or Western Conference, as they're trying to get into the playoffs. Dane Richards with his first goal for the Whitecaps, or actually really nice play down the right side. But everyone is talking about what happened during the penalty kick. Yeah. It all comes down to, was Camilo Sanvizzo, was there contact? Yeah. Really? I think there was minimal contact. There was a little bit. Was it enough to really put him off? He went down very easily. After the game, John Bush, the goalkeeper for the San Jose Earthquakes, was fuming about it and actually calling for the league to take a look at it and say, somebody has to be accountable for this. He's not sure whether it was the player or the referees that should be accountable for it. But actually, the way it came out, the referee called play on. It was the assistant referee that ended up blowing for the whistle, or signaling for the whistle to come on the penalty. So a lot of controversy in this one.
Barry Robson gets the game winner from the penalty spot. Chris Wondolowski, 2 games in a row now without a goal. That's almost like panic time out there in San Jose. Nonetheless, the Vancouver Whitecaps get a big win against the San Jose Earthquakes. Well, Ben Olsen is in town to lead the MLS All-Stars on Wednesday in the All-Star game against Chelsea. But look, he's got some work to do with DC United as well. DC United, the team we were talking about just a few weeks ago, the best team in the Eastern Conference, et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, they're 4th place in the Eastern Conference after a loss to the Columbus Crew over the weekend, and the New York Red Bulls, 2 wins this week. They're in 1st place.
Yeah, and you know, DC, they're just not clicking the way they were on offense in particular. That's their real problem. Their offense was so good earlier in the season, but now it's not clicking. Dwayne De Rosario still stuck on 98 goals. As soon as people started talking about him getting his 100th goal of his career, he seems to have lost his touch right now. Chris Pontius not able to really do as much in the attack either. Nick De Leon seems to have hit that rookie wall a little bit. So it's a DC team that is struggling. They've fallen, and they said themselves, we can't believe we've already fallen to 4th place.
And don't forget about the Houston Dynamo. They're suddenly red hot, a good week for them, and they move up into 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Well, we mentioned the New York Red Bulls with a big win over the Philadelphia Union in that I-95 rivalry. 2 other rivalries over the weekend. The LA Galaxy with a win over Chivas USA. Robbie Keane gets a goal. Landon Donovan gets a couple goals. David Beckham with a nice assist to Keane. It was an easy performance for the LA Galaxy in this one.
Yeah, and a vintage performance, actually. All the big boys showed up, and they put in good performances against a Chivas team that maybe had aspirations of putting some pressure on the Galaxy for that 5th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference. In the other rivalry match, the Rocky Mountain Cup, Real Salt Lake took advantage of 2 really woeful defensive gaffes by the Colorado Rapids that ended up leading to the goals. I think Alvaro Saborio getting his easiest goal of his career in this one. You have to check it out, actually. But the interesting thing here, the Rapids have now lost 5 games in a row. As their coach, Oscar Pareja, said, we are looking for answers. We are trying to figure out what's going to happen in the back in particular. Real Salt Lake, they show that they can do what they have always done. They're very solid in the back. They take advantage of mistakes, and they end up getting 3 points.
So the Colorado Rapids fading out of that playoff picture in the Western Conference. You can catch the complete standings on MLSsoccer.com. Well, obviously, we're in Philadelphia for the MLS All-Star Game. A handful of the All-Stars are here as well. They'll work out for the first time on Monday. They're without the guys from the Quakes and the Whitecaps. But Ben Olsen's got his guys in camp for the most part. What's he going to do with them on Monday?
I think it's going to be pretty simple and easy for them. A little bit of 5v2, just knocking the ball around. Maybe go over a couple of set pieces, which especially maybe defensively on corner kicks. And that's really about it. These guys just played on the weekend. They're going to need their rest. It's short rest going up to this game. And most of them have never played with each other before, so you're just trying to get a little bit of rhythm for them.
Another training session on Tuesday for the All-Stars. Chelsea will also be on the ground in Philadelphia later today, coming off that 1-1 draw against Paris Saint-Germain up at Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium, a soccer game at Yankee Stadium on Sunday night. Chelsea will be on the ground later today. For all the latest news on the MLS All-Star Game, including Extra Time Radio podcast and everything that's coming your way, stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com.